African students who were repatriated from China amid COVID-19 say they will share with their communities the importance of respecting the lockdown. 76 students will today be reunited with their families. They have all tested negative for the virus after spending 14 days under quarantine. They were repatriated from Wuhan, China last month. Tracking that story for us now is Newzroom Afrika's Malungelo Booi, who is in Kempton Park for us. A very good afternoon to you, Malungelo. Now, talk to us about the atmosphere where you are. I can imagine a palpable excitement, for the students and their family members who can't wait to be reunited.
That's right, Kiwi. In fact, the Minister of Higher Education was the person who gave them, these students a message of support and also sending them home. But also he had a message for the students from the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, where the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, wants these students really to be foot soldiers and tell their communities about the importance of the lockdown and also practicing a good hygiene, in fact. These students, Kiwi, spent about 50 days under lockdown in China before coming back to South Africa, and when they were here in South Africa they spent another 14 days, and of course doctors have given them a clean bill of health saying that they can finally go home, and they will be going home this afternoon. Well, joining me now is one of those students, Matthews Chauke. Matthews, you must be pleased that you're going home. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited, thank you. What more can I say there? Finally, I'm going home. Yeah. It's been a whole year without seeing my friends and family, and I get to see my own place.
Matthews, you were in China. You spent 50 days under lockdown. Tell me, how was that about? How was that experience for you?
Well, the experience was, it wasn't that quite difficult because we used to follow the Chinese rules, and we were staying under quarantine, our own rules. And the Chinese brought food on our doorsteps, and we didn't go outside, but we'd find time to keep our mind busy.
Yeah, because that was going to be my next question. How did you keep sane? I mean, I would not cope under 50 days. Most South Africans are battling with this 21-day lockdown.
50 days was just nothing, because if you play games, find exercising in your room, and do not count down, then you won't see the days going down. The more you stay in your room, the more the days go.
Tell me about the importance of the lockdown, because as the country we are under lockdown. What would you say to South Africans who are battling with this lockdown? Because some South Africans are already ignoring it.
Well, if you stay at home for these 21 days, then the government won't add other days. Because if the more you go outside, the more they will add the days, because the virus won't be contained.
So it's good. We must stay put at home.
Stay put for the whole 21 days. It will be over. It's just a piece of soup.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
That's Matthews Chauke. He's one of the students who is actually going home this afternoon to be with his family in Pretoria. I'm going to bring into the conversation the official from the Education Department, of the Department, in fact, of Higher Education, Helen Nkletleng. Madam, thank you so much for your time. I mean, this was also your project. How challenging has it been?
Thank you. It has been challenging for the mere fact that at times we had students in China and we were not sure what is happening to those students. Time and again the parents were pushing us to let the student terminate their contracts, but the students were very hard to say we're not coming back home until we finish the internship that we were doing. And the minute the students landed in OR Tambo, the unfortunate part, they were put for 4 hours in the flight to say you're not going off until we understand what is happening. Yeah. And after that, the department had to arrange accommodation, and Badgehood came into, and the Department of Health plays a very major role with us. When they played a major role in assisting us, that they come and test the student, and they even came back for the second time. Actually, they were taking rounds on a daily basis.
Because that was going to be my question. I mean, what kind of protocol did they have to observe here? Because all of them, we understand, are clean. That's why they're going home.
Yeah, they had to, because they came with a clean bill from China. But South Africa would not take a chance. They had quarantined them for another 14 days. Yeah. And in the 14 days, they were tested. tested and tested in the first when they arrived. During the time they were observed and tested as the end, and at the end they have a clean bill. And to us it's bravo to say 80 students came in and they are clean and they are going home. But we are saying to them, these are ambassadors. Sure. They must, the discipline that they learn in China, the discipline that they showed in the 14 days that they are here, they must take it back home and tell South Africans to say, you know what, let's stay in our houses. Let's lock down in our houses. Let's respect this lockdown. It is possible that the CAF belly might go down. It will go down if we do. China is a good example. I mean, they had more than 90% recovery. And it started with them who were thinking that the whole China will be finished. It's not. 90%, more than 90% recovery, South Africa can do it. And not the government, but ourselves, the own people, will be able to solve.
Thank you so much for your time. All right, that's Ms. Tlaleng. She's from the Department of Higher Education here in South Africa. It's back to you, Q.
Before I let you go, just for those who might have missed the briefing earlier on with Minister Blade Nzimande, just give us a few highlights of what he had said to the students and just the assurance he gave them of them being dropped off at their doorsteps as they leave today.
I mean, Dr. Nzimande was actually quite excited to see the students and actually thanking them really for being part of this government program to start with, to be allowed to be sent to China as part of government, program. We know South Africa has good relations in China, and from time to time they do take South African students to be trained in China. So these students actually left South Africa last April, but came back last month amid, this COVID-19. So the minister thanking these students also for being completely disciplined during all the time while they were also in China, but also when they arrived back here in South Africa when they were under quarantine. But he also gave them a message really that came from President Cyril Ramaphosa, the president, saying that he was very pleased that all these students had in fact received a clean bill of health, that they've all tested negative for COVID-19. But the president also, Minister Nzimande, telling these students that the president had asked these students to be foot soldiers, to go out into their communities and tell the communities about the importance of this lockdown and how important it is for us as South Africans to adhere to the rules that are there regarding this lockdown, and also that we need to practice good hygiene. Q?